welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you. And we are going to close out my Paycheck 2 and set up my Paycheck 3, which is on this page over here. And I'm excited to get into this. So what I want to do is just walk you through what we've spent, put my spending categories here, the actuals, and get the total and find out how much cash is sitting in the checking account to balance forward to Paycheck 3. And that way everything is covered and we are good to go. So let's go ahead and dive into the numbers. Okay, Paycheck 2. So we have some extra money that we had put into the checking account to cover the cost of a bill. We had our vehicle property tax and tags come in for the state of Kentucky for the very first time, and we haven't quite been here a year, but it'll be a year in August. So this was the total, and then I put the actual down here. We'll go over that in a minute, but this is the money I transferred. So there we go. Let's go ahead and total how much income was deposited into the checking account to work with, and then we'll move on to our fixed and variable expenses. So I had $1,622.16 balance forward from the previous paycheck, and Paycheck 1 was only one day, and then Paycheck 2 hit the second day, so day 2. So I had a lot of that money come over. It works better for me because I have so many transactions on the first day of the month. And so here I have that money that was balanced forward, and then my husband's salary after taxes and Roth and all kinds of things, $2,552.36. And then we transferred the money for the property vehicle tax. It came from a sinking fund that we saved up money in Virginia before we moved here last year. That was for vehicle property taxes there, and apparently it costs more there, and we only spent half of what we had, so we had plenty of money. It didn't impact the budget, even though it was a bill we weren't expecting, but because I have sinking funds, that money came over here and it didn't hurt one bit, so I was really happy about that. So $287.17, and that gave us $4,461.69. There we go. That is what we're working with here. Now we have fixed and variable expenses. I did make an adjustment, and I use erasable pens. So I did have to change my Geico. It was 45 cents less than I normally would have projected, and that changed this total. Now last time when I set up my Paycheck 2 budget, this is what I felt like we were going to have in the checking account, this $292.45. If we used up all of our spending category saving, what we planned on, we would only have $5.28. But because I knew we weren't going to spend it all, that was what I thought was going to be left, and we're pretty darn close to that. So I'm really happy about that. I can get rid of that because that's just an estimate. So this is the total for my fixed expenses, and now I need to put in the totals for what my spending categories are. So the way I figure that out, I'm not going to do all of them, but I'll show you the first one. My weekly check-ins have what I spent every week. So the way I figure out how much I spent in Paycheck 2 is I go back to week 2 and week 3, which is what Paycheck 2 covers, and I total up the spent. So $364.64 plus $351.14, and that gives me $715.78. And that is what my notes say, so I'm good to go there. I'm going to go ahead and put that total right here, 71578. All right, now I have all the totals off to the side. I'm going to write them down instead of just calculating all of them. So restaurants total for week 2 and week 3 of the weekly check-in for Paycheck 2 are $341.50. And then the next one would be miscellaneous, which I am over by quite a bit, $379.21. When I'm over, it comes out of the buffer of the checking account. and I just pay the credit card. Gasoline, we spent $116.23. Copays, we only had $5.87, and then unbudgeted we had $202.26. Copays are kind of high as far as what I budgeted. I just want the money to balance forward because I do have a few copays coming up. I don't know when they're going to bill me yet. It has to go through the insurance and then to me, my copay. So that is that. But I do know we had some appointments this month and those copays are going to be needed for that. But right now it's just medications that came out. That's why it was so cheap. Now let's total up my variable and then we'll add these two together, or we'll take this, subtract this, and subtract that. And that'll give me my balance forward for paycheck 3. That means whatever cash is sitting in the checking account, this has to match the cash sitting in the checking account, the deposit hits, and then I know exactly how much I have for the next paycheck period. So we're going to start here at the top and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you see here, vehicle property tax as $287.17. That's the cash I brought over. It cancels that out, but I did have to pay a little extra because we did, when you use a credit card or debit card, it does charge, and that charge, that what it costs for that charge. We just used the checking account to cover that, so no big deal. So what we actually spent was $2,384.16 for the variable, and I'm going to go back here and we are going to find out how much needs to be balanced forward. I hope and pray that I did the numbers right. All right, so $4,461 and 69 cents minus the $1,776.12 minus the $2,384.16. Oh, okay. So there we go. We have $301.41. That is what I got before. So my numbers are matching. I am so happy about that. 301.41 is what I balance forward to next month. So happy about that. Okay, now we can do paycheck 3. So I have paycheck 3 here at this part. This is a little bit because it's only one day and not a lot happening on that one day. This is paycheck 4. So I just kind of put a line and then put a little deco here, and that's how I put it. It works for me. So now I have what I need, and I forgot the number already. 301.41. Which matches the bank account and checking account and all that stuff. I'm happy about that. And then my husband's salary, let me see if I can remember that. $2,552.30. Oh, so close. 6 cents. It's the same every paycheck. So no fluctuation, no problem there. I want to put 0 here because I'm not expecting any other income. And then I'm going to total this up. 301.41 plus $2,552.36. There we go. And that gives me $2,853.77 to work with for paycheck 3. Paycheck 3 is actually, let me look at the calendar here. Paycheck 3 is the 16th through the 29th. So it's 2 full weeks. It's got to cover groceries. It's got to cover all the gas and everything that we need, plus all these bills. I still have several bills that are coming out for this month. Yeah, I'm actually going to take one of these out because I've already paid this. And I just need to transfer to savings. Where's my tweezers? There they are. Originally, I was going to make a one transfer out of paycheck 4 to cover what I had on the Visa, but now that I've already paid it out of savings, I just transfer it to savings so I can take that one out. I don't want to confuse myself later and make too many payments or anything like that. But yeah, so I have all this coming up next. There we go, paycheck 3. So that is set up. So now I need to get my sinking funds. So that my sinking funds total, which you already saw this page here when I was flipping through. That's where I transferred the Kentucky tags. I still have money in there. I am over in the Erin Condren thing. I'm going to call it Erin Condren Illustrated Faith, because I just spent a lot of money there. I don't think I'm going to do it regularly though. So what I want to do is deposit, and I will do, $422.94 to sinking fund savings. And what that does is just what you saw right here. These are all my sinking funds. These are the totals. I've already closed this out for the month because there shouldn't be anything else happening. And if there is, I have an erasable pen so I can redo the numbers. Here's the total down here at the bottom. And there are, over 20 some sinking funds I have here, but they are annual subscriptions, or they are something I pay quarterly, something like that, where I have money saved up to cover a cost that I know it's going to happen in the future. So that is what I have there. So I average $350 to $450 depending on how many categories and what I'm saving for, and seeking funds a month. If you just do that and not even label the different kind of sinking funds for big annual expenses, you probably would be okay. Just have it separate from your other stuff and don't use it as, oh, I have $1,000 in there, I can use that for something else and I'll just keep adding to the sinking funds. You do have to track it, so you want to be careful with that, but that's what I average for our household. Life insurance, oh, you'd think I'd have this memorized. I don't. Let's see. Life insurance, $87.56. Me and my family. Dr. Odell is $70 each time, so that's $140. I'm still going to budget $140 just in case we go 2 weeks in a row, but we may not use all of that, so I will adjust that if I have to. Roth IRA, this is $171 every time my husband gets paid. Discovery Plus is $6.99, I think. Is that right? Discovery Plus, yeah, $6.99. Tithe is $256. It's automated, so $256. Yeah, I don't know where 3 came from. $256. There we go. And then Apple.com or iTunes or whatever I used to call it. This is my storage for Apple. $2.99. And then the spending categories, I ran out of room after I put this here, so I'm going to combine all our spending categories. And probably, I don't know if I'm going to leave it like this or have a sticky note that has all the different breakdown, but I need to total that up. So let's see what I have. I have my notes. I'm going to total up all the spending categories together in one large number, and then when it's time to close out this budget, I'll get I'll have it listed out and then get a total for the actual. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of put this here, and on the calculator, you're going to see the numbers for the next 2 weeks. This is going to cover 2 weeks of what I need. So I have $738.69 for grocery household. I have $58.50 for restaurants, plus the $126.21 for miscellaneous, and $145.25 for gasoline, and $144.13 for copay, I think. Yeah, copay. And nothing for unbudgeted, so that gives me $1,412.78 for spending. And that's all 6 spending categories that I track. And that number looks really large, but that's what we spend on average. And that's for 2 weeks. So if you divide it by 2, we average about $700 a week right now. So there's that. And then my husband I didn't have room over here, so I put this bill over here. and that was $39.17. There we go for this category. And then Vivint is our home security system, and that is wrong number. Writing and talking at the same time is not easy. So hold on a second. Vivint is $65.82. HelloFresh is $69.93 times 2. That's what those two little boxes are. Is $139.86. $139.86. And then Visa Go Card. That is my husband's Father's Day prepaid money. He's getting $200. He's going to transfer that tomorrow, I'm sure, for personal money and things like that. Yeah. That's where it is. So we're going to start doing personal money again for him, and he's going to get that starting here in June, and then July this should be a regular thing as well going forward, especially if he still has this job. So now I need to total these up and see what my potential will be as far as what is left over. So here we go. All right, so my fixed expenses right now are showing $1,087.48, and now my budgeted. All right, we're planning on $1,857.63. There we go. So let's see make sure we're still in budget, make sure we still have the money we think we do, and we can do all the spending we want. So $2,853.77 minus $1,087.48, sorry. And nope, it doesn't look like we have enough. $1,857.63. All right, we're negative $91.34. So what I'm going to do is keep that in mind. Find my sticky notes here, and I'm pretty sure I can save at least $92 out of the spending categories combined, have money left over, because I had one of them was really high. The copays is $144, and we may not need that much. So I'll just keep an eye on it, or I'll have to use Paycheck 4's money to cover any overages in Paycheck 3. Remembering that all of this goes on the credit card, I can have delayed times on when I actually pay it, because I pay so much on the credit card. So let's see, negative 91.34. But the sticky note is going to be a great reminder of not enough money and how to budget underneath that. Like 70 of it we may not use. I budgeted 140, but if we're going to go every other week, then I may not need 140. I may only need 70. The rest of this is pretty much fixed. The spending is flexible, and I definitely want to give my husband $200 because he's an amazing person and husband and father, and he deserves some personal money, and it's Father's Day and all that good stuff. So happy Father's Day to you guys out there, especially Leroy, if you're watching. Happy Father's Day. I definitely enjoy having conversations with you in the comment section. So yeah, that is my Paycheck 3 budget. We're in the negative, but we will be okay and strategize as we go along. And Paycheck 4 can balance anything else out that we have for the rest of the month. I don't have any plans other than maybe Dr. Odell if we're going that day. And then I definitely want to put Roth savings away, and then whatever's left is going in the savings account. This is just my guesstimate. I do need to leave $256 because this Paycheck 4 is June, but the tithing for it happens the Sunday of July, first Sunday in July. So I want to make sure this is still sitting in the checking account before the end of the month, when the end of the month happens. As long as this is sitting in there before the next paycheck period, we're good. That way that tithing can be covered because it's automatic withdrawal. So there, that is what I have for you. This is my budget for Paycheck 3, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care.